Hello. How are you guys? It's Celia Moswiningzingile here. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. And if you're coming back again, thank you so much for your data, your time, and you believe in me. In this video, I want to address something that is very sensitive, something that relates to what happened to Ricky Rick today. It's sad, it's very, very sad that the stats of suicide is going up in this country, with the men of this country particularly. It's very sad. And I watched a certain video where he explains that he has been suffering with depression, and not just depression but chronic depression.
I've suffered from depression, chronic depression, I've suffered from, a lot of mental anxieties that I don't like to share too much because it's like something I want to deal with internally. I never want people to feel like,
oh, let's be precious.
Oh, he's precious, treat this guy differently, he's sensitive, which I am. But the way my thing was working out, especially when I wasn't blowing up, that's why I always told myself, I always say this, and my thing was to make one album. At 24 years old, at 23 years old, and even when I met you, I might have not been as deep in the rabbit hole. I might have not been as deep into the darkness when I met you, but I might have been around you sometimes when I was in a dark place.
You want me to tell you?
Now, when you talk about chronic depression, we're talking about something very deep. Something that has been there for a long time. So when depression is there, like it's difficult to deal with problems. Each time you have a slight problem, it triggers the depression that's already there. And again, listening to his statement, you could feel that he has been having that depression for a while, which is highly likely that by the time he met his wife, already he was suffering depression. And because in marriages we have different problems, definitely that would trigger the depressive episodes all the time. Now and then when things are not good, then the depressive episode surfaces. And we should be careful of people that are portraying a good side, good happy side, because they can be the most depressive and the most depressed people. So it's sad. It's actually a sad thing that we are losing valuable members in the society due to depression. But we should also remember that they are human, just like the rest of us. They are human. They are bound to have same problems as us, and they are bound to have they are bound to react to problems the same way as we do. It's not just people who are celebrities that are committing suicide. Actually, suicide is a worldwide thing. It's another pandemic that's attacking people everywhere. And the stats of men who are committing suicide is higher everywhere in the world. Therefore, this should tell us that the way men are dealing with problems is slightly different to the way women are dealing with problems. Men are internalizing their problems more They want to be strong for everyone in families. They want to be strong for everyone among their friends, whereas they are suffering deeply and they're trying by all means to look like they've got everything together, whereas everything is falling apart in their minds, in their hearts. So the mentality of men let me put it this way. The mentality of the society expecting men to be strong is actually putting pressure on men not to portray what they actually feel. We just lost Ndate Patrick Shai not so long ago in the same way, and now we are losing Ricky Rick. And looking at both cases, you may realize that these people have spoken. We just did not notice. I'll just put a clip here where you can hear Ricky Rick saying, "If we don't meet again, just know that I love you." Such words are indicators that these people are not looking towards, they are not hopeful about tomorrow. If a person is going to say to you, "If I don't see you again," that means this person is not looking forward to tomorrow. This person has either a fear that they may not make it until they see you again, or they may be contemplating not seeing you again because they are contemplating a suicide. So we need to listen carefully to each other, because really we are struggling, and most of us have thought about suicide for so long. It's just that the execution part is the one that is difficult. We may find it very hard to execute the plans of suicide, but we are thinking of suicide. There are so many of us, me included. I have contemplated suicide so many times because of the problems that I had and even the problems that I have. But I must say, I haven't had the courage to carry out the plans. I remember there was a time in my life when I did have a plan. And my plan at the time was including my children, because as a mother, I thought I'll never leave my children alone in this world. But I wanted to die. So I felt like the best thing to do in such a case was for me to make sure that when I die with my children. And I did have a plan, which I'm not gonna share it with you guys, because there are people that are looking up to me. I may share the plan and somebody may grab or may take the plan and run with it. But I must say that it did help for me to be honest about it with the psychologist at the time, because I was seeing a psychologist and I did tell them. And I remember also, besides telling the psychologist, I also had, because I was working, I had an employees wellness program that I was in, and I was lucky to have a call where I would call, because there was a time when I felt like I was compelled to carry out the plan that I had. But I felt like, okay, let me just try and call this, because part of me as well was like, this is being selfish towards my children. I lived my life. Up until that time, I was feeling that feeling. I felt like I lived my life, and now I want to take my children with and not give them a chance to be adults, to live their own lives as well. Hence, like, I was always split up about the idea. that if I do this, I carry on with this plan, it would be very selfish. As much as I felt also that it would be a need that if I do it, I have to do it with the children, because now the problem is, who do I expect to take care of my children? So at least in all those cases when I was compelled to carry out the plan that I had, lucky enough I had people that can help me talk it out of my head at the time. And I must say, taking the pills as well has also helped me a lot, because I won't lie, I haven't had that feeling for a long time. So I don't know, because we at some time after some time of taking pills, there comes a time when you feel like, no, you get tired, you don't want to do this anymore, because taking pills, popping pills all the time is not easy. As you can see, I'm also sweating. I'm sorry about that. I'm feeling hot. I've got hot flashes. They come and go. People my age would know what the hot flashes are. So I'm having one of those right now, but unfortunately I don't even have something to just wipe myself off. It's fine. It's almost the end of the video. So what I've realized in the media right now is that the wife is already taking the hit, particularly because it's a few weeks ago, Ricky Rick posted a video, I think it was a live, where he was inviting the wife to dance with in that live video, and people got like they detected that the wife was not happy, and they felt like Ricky Rick was the only one that was happy. And I think it's unfair for us to make decisions when we see people like that. In just one video you decide Ricky Rick was the only one that was happy in the marriage. Who are we to suggest that? I don't understand, because we don't know what was going on at that particular time that day. And the fact that the wife was not happy or appeared not to be happy that day does not mean she did not value her marriage. And the fact that Ricky Rick at that particular time looked happy did not mean that everything was going well for him. So for us to look at pictures or videos and make suggestions and be vocal about it, we are not aiding towards the happiness of other people. Because there is another video, the recent video, where Ricky Rick is now saying we are making corrections here. That on its own tells you that he felt the need to correct what was happening in the previous video. What does that mean? That means it did affect him. What was said, he may have been strong enough or looked strong enough, but definitely he wasn't, because it did affect him. For him to feel like he has to make another audio and voice it out that he's making corrections, or they are making corrections, that means actually he felt the heat of the first video that he had posted. Now, coming again to that blue app, I'm going to talk about the blue app again. Is the blue app aiding positively to people's lives? Is it adding pressure to the people? The blue app, is it made out of people? People who have got real problems. And then when they are in the blue app, they pretend they don't. And they portray their unhappiness to others. There's something wrong with how the very ordinary people behave immediately they get to the Blue app. They act very like they are not human. They act harshly on others. They say whatever they want, forgetting that the people they are saying to are human. They feel the pain. They are real people. So we actually need to make a serious looking into ourselves. We really do need to watch out what we say, and we also need to be better listeners. So if somebody had listened to Rick when he said he was battling with a depression and chronic depression, I think as a nation we owe it to him to have said to him, how can we help you? How can we make things easier instead of making things difficult for him in the Blue app? And one other thing is, we are not listeners. Asilaleli. We don't listen. That one period, we don't listen. And we just are quick to judge. We are quick to talk. We are quick to comment. But we are not good listeners. Rick may have insinuated that he may do this to himself, even though he didn't say it directly. He did insinuate that if he did not see us again, he loved us. What did that mean? I don't think there's anyone that asked him, what do you mean by this? Why are you saying that? What are you contemplating? And there are so many people who are doing the same, who will still be doing the same. So my plea to us is that we need to take care of each other much better than we are doing. We are all depressed. I'm also suffering depression. I'm also battling with depression. I'm one of those. So it's sad. It is sad. Please subscribe, share, and leave the comment in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye.